Welcome to a new Minecraft series called Naked and Afraid. In this series, I have one goal: fully build a house and get a set of netherite armor in 100 Minecraft days. In this series, we are playing the Bedrock version of Minecraft using 7 different add-ons, including all of the following: the Paleocraft dinosaur mod, Gravestone mod, Sparks Pets Premium mod, More Farming mod, Furniture mod, Naturalist mod, and Hiker's Friend mod. With all of these mods, there are more things trying to kill me as well as normal mobs, so I have more to be afraid of. This is Minecraft, Naked and Afraid. It's about time that we start building the house. I have a lot of materials, but I was sure that I was going to have to go get some more, and man, was I not wrong. I didn't really have a plan here, so I kind of just filled out the space that I had already completely mined flat here, so kind of added some more kind of defined corners, and then would add copper blocks along the corners. Just something super simple. I was going to expand off this idea in the future, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. But after lining these corners with copper blocks, went and covered the layer on top of that, and started filling in, and realized that it felt like something was missing in those spaces. So what I decided to do was I decided to go and just fill in everything, and then go back through and say, you know what? I'm going to do an off pattern where every other block will be a copper block. I continued this pattern, and after doing a bunch of experimental stuff, because like I said, I didn't really have a plan, that off pattern of every other block being a copper block, specifically on that second layer, was just what I decided to do. Ultimately, I kept making a mistake, and what ended up happening is I actually had to expand the entire house out by 1 block because the pattern didn't look good. So which you can see right here is me expanding, and then right there, that's kind of just the only thing I really had to change from there. And then from there, I went and continued to fill in the entire space. Now, I do apologize really quickly before the video proceeds. This is a bit of a longer video, so there isn't going to be very much content per se on every particular side of things, but there was also quite a bit of recording. This is one of my longer recording days because obviously building a house in Minecraft does take some time, and so with me having to do this pretty much fresh from nothing and not really having a plan, never building a house this style before, I just kind of went along with my gut, and it ultimately just took forever. I had to go get several materials. I had to go to different forests, different biomes to get certain materials for certain stuff, which you'll see later. And this is actually when I decided that I wasn't going to do the corners as the bricks, but rather the birch logs that I was going to strip down. So I like stripped birch logs. Just the coloration of them just looks good, and I think with the coloration of the house, I think it even helped out. It really helped make it pop. So this is just me filling in the corners with the birch logs. I was kind of questioning it on the corners that were closest to like that dirt wall, but then I ultimately decided that, you know what, I'll do it. And here's what it looks like with the stripped birch logs. Here is actually me adding the height for the main height that you're gonna see for the majority of the house. This is also what was gonna determine the height of the bottom room. because I was going to use both the top and the bottom of this areas that I cleared out. And so I just continued to do the same design that I had been doing and made sure that I had a good solid even area. And that big grassy flat plain to the left that you saw there is what I used to determine what was the main like living area and top part. That bottom floor I knew was going to be like a farm kind of area. I thought about doing a storage, but then with the roof I did, I decided that the roof was going to be the storage. And so I just dedicated that entire bottom room as pretty much a garden room. So here's just me stripping down the birch logs, and what you'll see here in a second is me filling in the empty spaces of the bricks. This house, I think, as you'll see at the end of the video, came out very, very nicely. I really enjoyed building this house, and I really enjoyed that this was the first part of what I was working for. This was already one goal done, and by the time that this was all finished, it was about day 50. So about half of my goal was spent to build this house, get the materials to build this house, and then actually go ahead and build it. As far as the top porch there, you can see that the top porch was completely filled in with birch, and while I was at it, I even filled in the bits that were going to be kind of the defining area for the entrance or the main area for living. And I just filled in that roof there so we could actually have a roof, not a floor, because the floor was one of the biomes I had to go to get the materials to build the floor, which you'll see what material that is in just a second. But filling in the birch with the stone and the copper, I think they all really helped each other. The colors really made it look good, and they really complemented each other. And as far as that goes, this took a lot of material. If you guys want to see a tutorial of this house specifically, I will do a tutorial on how many blocks you would need, and you'll be able to actually be able to build this kind of house in your own survival world or in creative world if that's something you choose. Now here you're going to see a little bit of a cut. I did go and get some acacia wood, which is that orange wood from the savannah, and I also grabbed a shovel here as well, and went to fully dig out the floor and fill in that floor with acacia wood. And I don't know, I was just, with looking at the colors, I looked at the acacia wood planks and I said, you know what, this would complement each other. I was also expecting the copper blocks to actually stay as that like orangish copper color, but as you know, when copper gets oxidized, it turns green, and specifically in Minecraft, it oxidizes very, very quickly, so it turned out to be that very kind of green color. And I mean, even after all that, I really wasn't worried about it. Even the outside, I was like, you know what, I'll turn the front porch into acacia planks as well. So, but for the most part, it wasn't bad. I went to go also get some oak logs to go and fill in the doors, because at this point I had already built the rest of the top floor. I didn't build the roof yet, obviously, but as you can tell, the house is already looking amazing. But I needed some oak logs. I needed to build doors so I could actually have doors, and this is me placing those doors. I did already place 2 doors in the front doors because I wanted to make sure that that was a good spot. And then for the front, or for my porch on top, I put in the rest of the doors. The last 2 doors that I had crafted, because I already had 2 doors before, I went to go put them in the chest and really didn't use them at all in the future. And from there, I went to go get spruce logs, or spruce planks, so I could start the roof process, which you're gonna see the start of it here, but you're not gonna see the end of it till much, much later. But this was just a small amount, so I had to keep going back and going to get more, which I didn't realize how much I would not have, and that's when I realized I needed more. So much more. After that, all the extra spruce logs, or spruce planks that I had, I made a pathway down to the water, which then I built a dock to dock my boat. And at this time, it was just a normal boat, but as you're going to see in the future, it's going to upgrade to a much bigger boat, so stay tuned for that. But this was a lot. This took a lot of landscaping just because the land was already weird in and of itself. I mean, it took a lot of time just to flatten out the land for the house itself, and you can already tell the diversity of the land just to get it down to the main water, and as well as have like a nice pathway to get up to the main house. Now I'm going to let the rest of the clip play out. Here's the dock as I'm coming to finish it. I didn't really make it a very big dock, but it was just enough. And it turns out that when you have stairs in the water, it's actually really easy to dock a boat on your dock without having like anything crazy. So, and now of course you see me turn it because I turned it sideways, so like that. So that whenever I park my boat, which you see here, I can just park it right on that step. Now, I kind of messed that up the first time, but you get it. This is me building my pantry. I had to get more bricks, and I had to go get ladders for the pantry into the attic, which that was, like I said, going to be my storage place. So I went to go grab some bricks and some ladders, and which I actually had to go back to the cave and go mine some more tough, so I can get more tough bricks. But other than that, here is the pantry. This is me officially getting all organized and enjoying my house as it has been officially built. So, with all that, this is going to effectively wrap up what this video has in store for it, because there was a lot that has happened in this video. And now that I'm fully organized, there's only one thing left to do. Go to the Nether, get netherite armor, and then the series will be over. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only the 3rd episode out of 6 episodes. In the 6th episode, we have a couple of special guests. And those special guests are from the Discord server, and if you're not a part of the Discord server, link in the description down below, because it's a party, and you should come join it. I also had noticed that it was a little bit buggy on this path, so I replaced it with spruce planks. But other than that, that is the only last thing I have. And until next time, I will see you all in the next episode.